I think that anytime you set out to record, there is something going on, something large that you're trying to communicate. And for us, through this whole process and through raising money through Kickstarter and just writing these songs over, a long period of time, I think it was kind of hard for us to pinpoint, what is it that this record is saying, and how do we encompass that? And it became very obvious to us as things began to kind of fall into place with the songs and how everything kind of evolved and happened. We, from the very first breath we take, are taught to conform and to fall in line with these specific ways and patterns of the world, and sometimes those things can handicap us, they can handcuff us. This record became very much about not conforming. It's not something that's not been done before, but it is a little bit against the grain, And when you put yourself out there like that, there's obvious risk involved, but there's also this great opportunity to trust.
We are heading to 1508 10th Avenue North in Nashville, Tennessee, to Joshua D. Niles' studio. And hopefully, there will be beautiful music made today. We just arrived on this very cold day to the studio. 1508 10th Avenue North. Come with me. This is where all the magic happens.
Because we just have never played them. Kind of like a couple of those songs that I commented on that just happened to be on that list of songs that you got to hear.
Cool.
So if we need to talk through those, we can. No, the recording process, as far as what we did a lot was we would kind of we'd all go into the I don't even know what room you call it, the tracking room, and we would play through a song basically live once just to kind of get a rough take of it, and then sit down as a group and decide, okay, what do we want to do with this song? What things in it are good, what things on it need to be completely like reformatted or scrapped, changed to make the song better. So that's kind of what we did with each individual song. So we kind of did it was kind of a song by song basis. So basically after we would do that, we'd kind of have a little powwow. We'd talk about what changes need to be made, and then we'd start with drums and bass tracking at the same time.
If we shoot for 4 of those tomorrow, then we'll do one more on Wednesday morning, and then we can plow through the drums for the last 3.
Okay.
My goal is to be done on Wednesday night with drums and bass,
Cool.
to schedule wise roughly. So I think that'll easily be doable.
Cool.
And the parts for the other 4 are pretty darn written anyways, right?
Yeah,
We're
I
just
think so.
trying to match sounds and whatnot.
All about the Jag.
It's a newer one, but still.
Oh my god.
I wish that had. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I got that.
Oh yeah! Something needs to happen to kind of feel like, okay, we're getting somewhere to the big ending part.
Sounds so sweet.
You guys sound cool.
guitar part we've talked about is kind of like the.
I love that.
He does
The guitar part.
the thing he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of breaks it up.
Low or higher. I do them both, I guess. But
I think
The low sounds kind of. I don't know. I kind of like the low one.
I do too. I like the low, and I would roll the tone like all the way off, so it almost
Yeah.
sounds like a muddy road, like with some dirt on it, and
yeah,
could be cool.
And you played it differently today than you do usually.
Maybe even with like a thumb instead of a pick.
Usually,
Here, play it again. Go up just a little bit with it.
do you think the 4 in the verse? Can you hear me, Lance? Do you think the 4 in the verse will give the same effect as the 4 in the chorus?
Like even just like the part where it's like chorus. I just
This part I don't like as much. Like as far as rhythmically, I just feel like it's too straight. Like I don't know. Like there could be more to it. Not in this busyness, but just like I don't know. Not maybe just not like ride or not ride, but like the loose hat. I don't know. I just would be interested to hear other possibilities during the cut time thing.
okay.
Give ourselves a time limit on this too, so we don't do this all night.
Why do they do that? I always do that. That was good footage. Put that in the video.
Yeah, that'd be sick. It'd be so high now.
2 lines. Oh.
And the intro is also the last 2
The
lines.
last 2 lines. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody brings something different to the table, and sometimes, you know, that can create headaches for some people, but you know, most of the time, some variety is good to change it up, and so, yeah, Lane is he's a jokester for sure. He likes the puns, and yeah, he's got like an old school sense of humor, I guess, and. I don't know if there's anybody that's necessarily not funny in the band at times, so everybody kind of shares in that role. Yeah, Lance is definitely the leader and kind of spearheads and gets the charge moving, leads the charge, I guess I would say, and kind of in some ways shares the same sense of humor. I think Lance and Lane get that from their dad, you know. And then Josh is the he's the guy that wants to have like really intellectual, deep conversations and play devil's advocate and argue against you even if he agrees with you all the time, and just for the sake of having a conversation, the type of conversation that you'd probably be like sipping tea over, I'd say. And then you know, I don't know, I'm whatever the other guys kind of, you know, I'll fit in however, I guess. So I've been told that I'm easygoing, but I don't know how much I believe that, so.
I think that it may be kind of different than some people might think when you go into the studio as a band and there's 4 of you in there making decisions and deciding on direction for the songs and parts and keys and tempos and changes and things like that. It's a lot bigger team when you're in the studio than just the actual band. You have a lot of extensions of the band that play a really big role in just the formation of a record, and so we had a lot of good help on this, from different engineering to guys that would come in and help set up guitars, to friends that laid some drum tracks down, friends that would come and play guitar on some songs and add strings and some different arrangements to songs. And so all these people outside of just the four of us that people know as Cloverton, actually, they have a really big imprint on this record just with their contributions while we were there.
The answer was to add a 3 instead of a 4.
There's a 3 count in there?
Oh yeah.
What are our options at this point? This one that we're doing, the one that we just did, and then what? Like another? Is there other options?
I think I like kind of a blend of the two.
Okay.
I like the pairing of the two together, but I personally still like when there's the extra 2 beats in front of the D.
Okay.
To me, it feels most natural that way.
Yeah.
Like there's a longer break there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you count it long bars, we're technically doing 3.
Set us free and set our fire. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Let us walk and run it around. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
See, that's where I think that's 2
Cut
there.
the F sharp there, or do that 2 there.
So because we'll already have the lead, it's kind of like I guess I view us as still playing this, but just without the lyric on the first 2 or something.
So everybody.
I see no rhyme or reason
4
for the verse pattern. Like I can't get it.
straight. Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's no pattern. It's
So
literally
basically,
just-
it's this, but all we do is chop it every other time.
right, but it's like with the changing chords and stuff.
Yeah, that's what was throwing you
It's
guys
like-
off too.
It steals bars like beats like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah, it actually does.
Weird how it fits together.
And then this one repeats. So this is like another line below it, and this follows
Okay.
the same pattern as these.
That was actually really helpful.
Does that make sense?
That actually made it make sense. You're gonna get it.
Nice.
He looks pretty sad.
Yeah, the tone now is incredible.
Yeah.
That was great.
I think one of the hardest challenges in the studio, or in songwriting in general, in a band dynamic, is having a bunch of different people from different backgrounds with different tastes and different ideas. Somehow you need to find a way to bring them all in and implement all of them and make them all feel like they're part of what's going on. And that can get difficult, especially when people like myself are very opinionated and very outspoken with ideas, and I feel like I have a general idea on where I want a song to go, and someone brings up an idea that is, you know, from left field in the opposite direction, and somehow we need to find a compromise and a way to implement all ideas and all personalities and all types into the music. But I think we've done just that, and I think the songs, after doing that and after struggling through that process, have managed to not only highlight each of our personalities, but have grown into a very good representation of what Cloverton looks like, both inside and out.
I think up through until the second verse, I think it's pretty. I dig that, but that's just me.
I really like the intro. I like the 4 on the drums. That first part still sounds weird to me, that going into that in the very beginning. And it might be just because I don't expect it yet.
It's kind of weird, I guess, that the first chorus is basically the second half of every other chorus, right?
Yeah.
That first part has like a hoppiness to it that I like. It's very fun to me.
This isn't the direction I would go, so I'm trying to like lay back and let it evolve, and then try to just like feel it out. You know?
Totally.
Yeah,
we're
that's what he's calling the
hook. I see. I thought that was scratched.
No, we're not talking about scratching that.
I just feel like maybe we're trying to rescue a song we've done for so long, but putting it in there and trying to make it into, like, turn it into that, when maybe this song is just like not really asking for that, and maybe we build an entire song. Because I honestly
Around that
hear,
one,
I mean, it's kind of like that line that was originally on White Knuckles, and then we wrote it into a new song.
Yeah,
Glow in the
definitely,
Dark. Like it,
definitely.
like I could see us doing something like that, but I want to explore this to the as much as we can because I want to get this song right. I think this song should be on the record. I don't know what version.
Well, Kirby was saying that, and I agree with him, that if that hook is not in the song, then scratch the song, period. Someday.
Okay.
I like the idea of writing a new one.
I like the pizzicato, I like the 4 on the floor, I like the hook.
Yeah.
I like the way it feels going like the 3-3-2 beat back into the hook again. I like all that. It's the original chorus, I guess, that's tricky.
So the original chorus is the part that we don't like about the song. Originally.
Is that what everybody thinks?
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
Yeah,
because if
it's-
that's the main problem, let's write a chorus
Definitely, yeah.
for it, and maybe it's involving this, but maybe it's not.
Mm-hmm.
About that cadence or that rhythm or whatever, but I like that.
It definitely makes it like a pop song.
Yeah. Oh.
Spend 30 seconds, hear that real quick, and then we can close this up and work on
So
something.
just run it that way.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Then we'll have it recorded and can listen to it in fresh ears in a couple hours.
Cool.
Man, that was
It's just
way
a drum
cooler.
thing, but yeah.
Because he kept building until the.
Do you want to
chorus.
come and listen to that going into the chorus? That way we
Yeah,
know
that
if
was-
it's like.
On that last time, you mean?
Yeah.
With the toms?
And I think do we want to
Get an action
hit
shot.
full on the woes?
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah. The whoa.
That was just enticing the 16
Yeah.
note.
So build into the woes and then open up rather than building all the way to
Yeah.
the chorus. Yeah.
It works. It transitions out of the what was nice into that chorus.
It does.
Feels good.
This feels really great.
Are we listening? I'm gonna.
Let's go
Yeah,
listen.
I think so.
You like it?
You could do into it too, or something like to lead everybody in right there, maybe. Just a little thing.
I think it has to be a good fit, both musically and kind of personality-wise. The one thing that made Niles appealing is just he felt like he was really on the same page and wavelength as us when it comes to music and kind of where we're wanting to go with the record, and just sonically some of the stuff that he talked about really kind of fell in line with what we kind of wanted to do with the record. So I think that was the biggest thing, was that as far as like just the sound of the record, it seemed like he had some ideas that followed in line with what we were wanting to do.
Do it or the way, just the second half of it.
I don't know anymore.
We usually go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I like the C sharp first.
Hi, Mr. Jackson.
That's funny.
Looking good there, man.
And
Hey,
then you
Mr.
gotta do
John.
some vocals so it take off, so you can't
Yeah, it's weird because we can't see you guys.
Sorry. Okay, well, hey, I think we might be going to get.
Life on the road is just always a balancing act. There's, when you're home for too long, you just think about getting back out on the road, and that'll be exciting. And then when you're out on the road for longer than, maybe 4 or 5 days, it just can, just depending on how the trip's going, if there's a lot of driving and whatnot, it can get a little bit old. You just kind of long to see your family and hold your kids and sleep in your own bed, and especially with the recording process taking 2 weeks, it was a good chunk to be away. And so any moment you can squeeze in with Skype or just a phone call or anything like that, whether it's during dinner or whenever you can kind of fit it in, is just a breath of fresh air. It's nice.
Yeah.
You're getting piano done. Awesome.
All right. I
If
gotta
I can
find.
figure out how
I love it.
hot.
That tasted like a cooling sensation.
Maybe is it just like resting on the computer?
Oh, that's good. Really tasty.
Oh gosh. Oh.
I can't find it.
Oh, it's hot, Josh.
This is just a
Why didn't you tell me it's
stuff, right?
Oh my gosh.
And then this is the back.
It doesn't start off hot, and then it's like nuclear.
Stuff on your papers.
Controlling my voice in my head. I want to go up a little bit.
No, that literally is the guitar sound though.
So gross. So creepy. I can't do that sound.
I'm built a kingdom bigger than Egypt.
An octave? Is there one left?
A harmonic that high?
Yeah. Pretty cool. Same idea, it's just slightly more interesting.
I don't know how to get. We had a lot of different songs from different areas, old, new, finished, unfinished, and everything, and it was hard to imagine what shape the entire album as a whole would take going into the studio. And so I think I enjoyed being in the studio, and the more we played it and the more things came together, you could see, you know, ideas become songs, you could see songs become like experiences, and then larger than that, you get to see the whole group of songs become like a full album and a full idea and a cohesive unit.
We have these choices on how to react to our circumstances and the things that are potentially pointing us in different directions. And for us, for Cloverton, you know, we've been in a season of waiting and working, and got to a point where we knew that we were supposed to share these songs and that there was going to be a way to do it. We really believe that there's something in this record for everybody. You know, it wouldn't really be worth putting out there if we didn't believe that.
Go, go. then it's time to go.